Warning, listen at your own risk. The Toxic Talk Shit Show is a satirical, offensive, and ridiculous podcast. Your hosts, Geo and Magnus, talk shit about anything and everything. They're not to be taken seriously unless, of course, they accidentally drop some flagrant wisdom along the way. The characters, opinions, and jokes on the show are purely for comedy, entertainment, and maybe a twisted form of advice. If you're easily offended, please consult your nearest therapist before pressing play. Otherwise, buckle up and enjoy the chaos. If you find yourself laughing at anything questionable, degrading, or otherwise obscene, congratulations, you're one of us now. Let the shit talking begin. Your discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome, everyone, to the episode 4 of the Toxic Talk Shit Show. Little quick disclaimer. We're human. Surprise, surprise. And Geo happens to be an idiot. So, unfortunately, Geo forgot to push the record button for his camera this episode. So, you're going to get a whole lot of this face this entire episode. Enjoy. So sorry. Hopefully, Geo won't be an idiot next time. Right, buddy?
Yeah, sorry about that. But you will see me. You will see me in this episode.
Oh, will we?
Yeah, just not in my current state with seeing my beautiful face and beautiful beard that I have. But there will be a lot of Magnus on this
it's
episode,
gonna be
and that's
full
okay.
frontal.
Is the mic okay for you? Is it good enough distance? Yeah, because if you do that,
I know.
Yeah, someone will still frame it, and that's how we make money.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, yeah, you know it, baby. Hey, oh my God. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of the Toxic Talk Shit Show. I am Geo.
I am Magnus for all you toxically talking shitters in the world.
Yeah, and I was curious. I have a question for you,
Oh,
Magnus.
Questions off the bat. I
do.
love it.
Yeah. So, were you born within lava somehow? Because there's magma and then there's Magnus. So did your parents just be like, we should name our lava child Magma, but we don't want them to get made fun of in school, so is that why they just went with Magnus?
Yeah, I was initially going to be named Rose because they thought I was going to be a beautiful, delicate flower. And then after one whole day of being in existence, they realized, fuck that. She's not a flower. She's fucking hot lava that's going to kill us.
You must have destroyed your mother's vagina because it was a rose, and then now it just became like lava everywhere.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, your parents are awesome. I've never met them.
No,
but
and you never will.
That's fine.
Ever.
Because they're dead? Or on the brink-ish? Okay. I mean, my dad's died 3 times, so, you know.
It happens.
Yeah.
It
happens. That's what happens whenever you get old. You die.
You just die.
Right.
Or you kill off your parents and then resurrect them when you need them.
Totally.
There's only so many excuses you can tell work of my grandma died, my other grandma, my dad's grandma died.
Yeah.
Because people can't get mad at you.
Yeah.
For a death. If you're like, I'm sick. But if you're like, hey, someone died that I care about, no one's going to be an asshole and be like, you still have to come to work. I'm sorry you're grieving and crying.
Yeah, I love starting a new job. I mean, I've worked many jobs, and it's a quick turnaround from time to time depending on the job. Yeah. But I love it whenever I start a new job. Everyone should do this. You know what? I have 4 grandparents, so there's 4 times that you can use throughout the span of any job to say, hey, I need some grieving, some grievance time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then whenever that shows up in the paycheck for just sitting on TV, around watching TV, playing video games, oh my God, it's the greatest.
The sick pay.
Yeah, the sick pay. Yeah,
grievance pay.
Grievance pay. Yeah,
well, and it's even nice when your grandparents live far away, so then you have to travel for the funeral.
Yeah.
So you have the day that they died.
Yeah.
Or you could milk it if you really want to milk it. They're on their deathbed. I need to fly out to say my final goodbyes.
Right.
Say your final goodbyes. Come back. Well, they're sticking it out for an extra week. Now they passed. Now I need to go back.
Yeah.
For the funeral.
Yeah.
So you can milk some.
You can balance
do
whatever
some,
you need to.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, you can go as far as something that I did. I mean, one time two different things. one time my actual grandparent died. So there was also that, fuck, like there's one that I can't just, actually use it or whatever, But then the second time, a couple of weeks later, I just decided to do it again. It was for the grandfather.
Yeah.
And so I went to New Orleans. It was just a whole trip with friends.
Yeah.
And so I just had to take some time and just say, hey, man, I need to go to these mausoleums and just take some selfies really quick.
Yeah.
So that I could send them to my boss or put them up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. So to prove that, oh, hey, I'm here. I am at a graveyard.
That's bold.
Crying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crying.
Ooh, the tears.
Yeah, the tears.
The tears.
Yeah.
See, what I do is I don't even send the picture. If I'm going to tell the lie, I just let the lie sit.
Yeah.
So I just go social media cold turkey.
Yeah, and you may be asking yourself, well, what if your grandparents, saw it on Facebook or Instagram? Like, well, guess what? They don't use social media, so it doesn't really matter.
And you can always say, it's the other.
It's the
other set.
It's the other set.
My other grandparents.
Exactly.
Or what's nice is if your parents are divorced and remarried.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, it's like,
man, I wish I had thought of that.
My boyfriend's stepdad.
Yeah.
Oh, my,
Yeah, it's so good. It's so
my,
good.
My polygamous lovers.
Yeah, give love to your grandparents. You never know how much time
that
you're gonna
was
have
like
with
a
them.
mom, but not really a mom, but like kind of a
Mm-hmm.
mom. He's really dealing with. That's the other one is when your partner's dealing with stuff and you need to be there for support.
Right.
So you could milk a whole fucking trip.
Absolutely.
Out of like grandparent, super close. Practically raised me aunt.
Yeah.
Step parents, boyfriend's emotional support partner, like
totally.
all of this.
Yeah.
There's a lot because what employer is going to be like, I need proof of deceasedness.
There's nothing that you actually have to prove, and that's what makes it so great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So all the selfie photos, great. But what I've done is just the social media silence.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well,
it's a great excuse to get off social media.
I've been too emotional to post.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they can't, even if they're like, well, you were gone this week. Yep. And so then all the fun you had, post it the next week.
God, we come up with such great ideas.
I know.
We really do. I mean, and these are the things that we do on a daily basis,
We just want to share our great ideas with everyone listening, everyone watching. Feel free to implement any of these. Our stories are your stories. Our truths are your truths.
We give the absolute best life advice. So if you're not already, you should be following us. You should be subscribing to the channel, to the Toxic Talk Shit Show.
I love how you just plugged it right in there.
And tell your friends, because these are the things, we take advantage of things and people. And that's what this world is all about. Seriously.
It's the beauty of this 21st century we live in.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think the 22nd century is going to look like?
Oh, gosh.
Because I can't wait to see that, I guess it's Disney now, but, 20th Century Fox, then you have 21st Century Fox, and so I want to see what the 22nd Century Fox logo looks like.
Oh.
Like, is it still going to be gold? Is it still going to be off like the, off the 10-ish, right?
Oh,
like,
or is it going to have like robots and lasers?
Ooh, maybe.
Is it all just going to be made from AI and like not actually be real?
Maybe. I mean, I think at the very bottom you should have an actual like fox, but if you're going to keep the fox part, like something's got to come out of that little hole there of the O,
there's just some people whose names are just meant for like being the name of a company, and there's other names that are just like no one would ever want to say this name out loud.
Right.
Like, how cool would it be if your last name was Fox? That's such a good name.
Lucius Fox, like in the Batman series, Morgan Freeman. Such a badass name.
Badass name.
If I was Morgan Freeman, like I wouldn't want to read a script and be like, I'm gonna play Lucius Fox, like great, sign me up. It's a bad impression of Morgan
That was
Freeman.
the worst impression of Morgan Freeman. It was like Morgan Freeman meets Sean Connery.
Yeah, I just don't have enough freckles on my face to do a legitimate Morgan Freeman.
The freckles make his voice.
They really do.
They do.
Yeah. And every time he does a voiceover, Magnus is a voiceover artist from time to time, so you would know about this, that every time you do a voiceover gig, you get a freckle on your face.
Yep.
And Morgan Freeman has a lot of freckles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why my face is so smooth and pure of freckles.
Yeah.
Because I'm booming.
Yeah.
Just booming.
So when it comes to, because I know you have a lot of freckles, but you use a lot of really great makeup to cover all of that.
You.
So who's our sponsor for makeup?
Oh, who is it today? Today it's the Il Maquillage. You've probably seen them all over the TikTok, the Instagram, the X, all the feeds. And I'm not gonna lie. Wow, that's great English there. I'm not gonna lie, it works great.
Nice.
It works great.
Yeah, and that's a free plug. Sponsor us.
Free plug.
Free
I'm
plug.
Not gonna lie.
Sponsor us.
It works great. It like goes over your skin. It makes you look like, you don't have disgusting skin.
Yeah.
And
because you're usually like pretty tan, and whatever makeup that you're using, like you look more and more white. You look a little less diverse.
Yes.
A little bit more into the white.
I've been trying to hide my diversity as of late. I know that, it's been a big thing, inclusion.
Right.
Everybody getting back to our roots, but right is still right.
Right is still right. Yeah, never be wrong.
Never be wonk.
Never be
wonk.
Never be wonk. Never be wonk. That's great.
White is right. Never be wonk.
Someone had a little too many beers last night. Magnus.
This morning. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And
the best part of waking up is
it's actually vodka, straight vodka that you're drinking right now.
Put
it down.
Burns so good. So good. Feeds my soul.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So man, Magnus, I got this crazy story that happened over the weekend.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah. Oh man. So I have this sister, right?
Oh.
And she had a bit of an emergency.
Oh shit.
And the thing is, there's so many emergencies. There was always that one person in the family that just needs that constant attention, and you're just kind of like, you know what? I'm just done with it. And at this point, I don't understand why my sister has to depend on me, of all people, when it comes to a lot of things.
Well, you're the man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I am a man.
You are a man.
I
wouldn't say the man. You are a man. And innately in our programming, we are programmed to not trust ourselves and to rely on men to help us when anything goes wrong.
Right.
So I'm sorry, that's just going to be your role forever.
That's fine. It is what it is. But it's like, get a husband already. I'm tired of doing this job. But
maybe she's into the incest. Maybe she wants you to be her, baby daddy.
Holy shit. I think
you
never
might
thought
actually
of that. Be onto something. No, because the way that she looks at me sometimes, like it is.
Does she give you the up down?
She asks.
Pause. Picture. Lip. Lip bite.
Yeah. She's going
and then back to your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, she wants it
on every single outfit that I wear, and then she's like, "No, put something else on." And then she does that thing.
Because
oh my god!
Do you take it off in front of her?
Yeah. Oh my god! I just realized this.
She wants it.
So I am so glad that that the story that I'm about to tell happened. Incest. Basically, my sister just got on a new-ish medication. It was it's like Benadryl or something, or Pepto-Bismol, something like that. She had to go to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Here, take this Pepto-Bismol, you'll be fine." Yeah. And she's feeling good. She's doing, feeling her thing. Whatever she's sick with is getting out of her or whatever.
Shitting it all out with that Pepto-Bismol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so you know what? I went to sleep. Mm-hmm. She was over. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. And then I'm going to sleep. And then right then, a couple of hours later, the phone rings, and it's like 3 a.m. And man, I'm tired.
Gross. Come on.
I'm tired. Like, what are you doing? It's 3 a.m. It's crazy.
Boundaries. Beauty sleep.
Yeah, and she's calling me like 5 times in a row. And who calls someone 5 times in a row at 3 a.m? Okay, I mean, since she's into me, it's probably like a booty call or something.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm even more happy that I didn't pick up for her.
I guess.
And so I decided to just go to sleep, pop on, whatever show that I'm watching, pop on, go to sleep, and then I wake up, and then I come downstairs and I make my coffee, and I like to go on like a little morning walk.
Ooh.
Yeah, always
healthy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Healthy, productive.
Yeah.
Geo, I'm impressed.
Yeah,
Stepping things up.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I like to see the ladies in the morning. They've they're starting to get to know me. Yeah, the yoga pants. Yeah, the best and worst invention ever.
Oh yeah.
And I open the door, and my sister is plopped in the front of my front door.
She naked?
No.
Oh.
Thank God. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And then she wakes up. She overdosed on Pepto-Bismol, and she started to and blacked out. And then she ran while she was calling me, she ran from her place on the other side of town, like, and finally made it to my door, knocking on my door, apparently, and then blacked out there.
Oh my
Too much
God.
Pepto-Bismol.
Dude.
Yeah, but I'm still glad I didn't pick up the phone. I'm still glad I picked up the phone.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you're going to take that much of Pepto-Bismol, you kind of deserve that. To be blacked out.
I'm surprised
that
she made it from across town to your place. Because it's like, wouldn't she have passed out or like thrown up or like shat her pants along the way and been like, this was a mistake, I gotta go home?
I didn't check any of that.
Whoa.
It's not my job.
Didn't you guys like chat afterwards? Like when she awoken from her slumber?
I picked her up and I said, do you want some coffee? And so she sat in my couch. I gave her some coffee and then I just sent her on her way because, okay, you know what? It's time to go home. It's time to go home.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. And don't call me 5 times at 3 a.m.
If someone doesn't pick up after 2 times, like, they're not going to pick up.
Seriously, yeah.
They're not going to pick up.
Yeah, and she texted me too. So while all this is happening, like, how do you even have the ability to text someone with proper grammar, no less,
Dude.
While you're ODing on some Pepto?
Dude, if someone tried to call me, text me, get in contact with me while I was sleeping, it would not happen.
Don't do it.
Don't ever do it.
Don't do it. I don't care what kind of an emergency is.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Just deal with it. That's what 911 is for.
That's what 911 is for. That's what Uber
That's
is
what
for.
Uber is for.
Lyft. There are those night owls that are like,
Yeah.
I'm awake. I can help you.
Yeah, never take an ambulance. Always take an Uber or a Lyft,
Never
whatever you
take
choose.
an ambulance.
Never, ever
Even
take
if
it.
your leg is falling off.
Yeah.
You drive your fucking self with your other leg to the emergency room because those ambulance fees are exorbitant.
Yeah, and if you're bleeding, I don't want to bleed out in a Nissan. Get me an Escalade. I will Uber Black.
Oh yeah,
and pay double the amount of money.
Double.
I want to get that
in
Escalade.
Style.
Yeah,
because
in
then
style.
they're gonna see you. You're gonna roll up in the nice car, and they're like,
Yep.
This isn't no Joe Blow. This is someone that needs help right away.
Yeah, and this is LA. If you can show up anywhere in the most badass car, you get special treatment.
Respect.
Yes.
Instant hype.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
Very smart.
Another life lesson for you.
Yeah.
Don't take an ambulance, take an Escalade.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere.
That's
brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you for sending her on her way, because you're right. It's like,
Yeah.
get over it.
Yeah, and then
Get over yourself.
And then she called later on. It was like, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Just stop taking Pepto-Bismol.
Stop taking. No means no. Some people just
No
don't
means
have.
no.
Some people don't have like a filter or they don't have the thing in their brain that tells them to stop.
Yeah.
They just are like, I want more.
I wonder if some people have like something implanted in their brains. Ooh. You know how like there's been a little bit of a conversation about that lately, where like, oh, we're gonna implant something in people's brains or behind their neck or something like that, so they can be controlled. I wonder if like maybe like there's some sort of a trial going on. Maybe. Yeah.
Your sister would get on those trials.
Oh yeah,
she's
into
already
some on
weird hippie dippy fucking shit.
Yeah, you've met her a few times.
I've met her.
You've met Laura a few times.
Times.
Yeah, Laura. Oh, Laura. I love her.
Handful or less. Handful or less is plenty.
Yes. For sure. And you have small fingers too. So
really, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and
the
small
people who
doses.
can fit, small fingers for small doses of people. That's all I want. It's
what do our hands look like? Who has bigger hands? I have bigger hands.
You have bigger fans and bigger hands.
Bigger fans and bigger hands.
I've had people in the past make fun of how small my hands are, and what they don't seem to realize is that I'm actually very proportional.
Or the guy that does this all the time, and he jerks off 2 people at once.
You're saying that these are jerking off hands?
Oh, yeah. Look how smooth they are.
They're very smooth, but wouldn't you want big hands for jerking off? I feel like these are like, getting into small places hands. These are like pick and locks. These are like opening safes. These are like getting into Barry Trevor.
Yeah.
This isn't like, jerking off hands.
Yeah.
Hands.
I mean, I think any hands can jerk off any dicks. I mean.
Okay, so any hand is a jerking off.
Any hand is a jerking off hand. As long as there's a thumb and at least, even this. Like if somebody was missing their
What
pinky,
if they didn't have a thumb and they were
like
just
that,
trying, you don't think someone could like do like this,
you could do this.
You could, what if they didn't have a thumb?
Well, I think that's the one finger that you need in order to do most things. You definitely need the thumb.
What if you didn't have a thumb?
Grip.
How would you jerk off? Or would you just have to like use your
there's always your feet.
Have you ever jerked anyone off with your feet?
No, I have not, but I've seen videos.
Oh, I know what you're into, Geo.
Yeah.
Little feet fucking, feet fucking.
You know, I like
Everyone
to explore.
has their kink.
Yeah.
You know what? Kinks, I feel like when we were growing up, kinks were like, even the word kinks or kinky was like a little taboo and like not okay, where I feel like people need to start embracing their kinks and being like, you know what? I'm into little feet fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, say it with pride.
Yeah, my girlfriend even offered. She was like, you know what? I want to switch things up a bit. And this is what I love about her. You know, and if it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday, any day that ends with Y.
There you go.
She's very creative of
Nice.
coming home from work and then saying, you know what? We're going to do something sexual tonight. And it's going to be something different from the night before. And I don't know what she does the whole day. She just kind of hangs out at my house. And, you know, she cooks, she cleans.
Sure.
You know, she does
basic woman
things as any woman should. And that, but I love that about her. It's like, good girl.
Nice.
Yeah, but she said, hey, I should jerk you off with my feet today.
That's
and she's not a gymnast by any means, but oh my God, like she did some yoga. She has some great yoga pants, by the way.
That's what gets you.
Yeah.
That's what gets you, is the yoga pants.
That's what made me go like, girl, we should have dinner.
I wonder if it makes you feel like it's like a monkey jerking you off. Because you know how like monkeys like have their feet and their arms, and so they're kind of just like everything is a hand? Does it just make you feel like you're getting jerked off by a monkey and that's like kind of hot?
As long as she's not going, I think I'm fine. Because I don't want to get AIDS. Because that's how AIDS started, was through the monkeys.
What?
Yeah. You didn't
What?
know that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What?
That's how the AIDS epidemic started. Some guy
fucked a monkey.
And then got AIDS from the monkey. And then that guy fucked other people. And then, boom, it started the epidemic.
Whoa.
Yeah. True story.
That's intense.
Google it. Yeah, it started with the
knew
monkeys.
That.
Yeah.
There's so much I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God,
but this is why we're doing this, so that we can learn more.
And
provide
questions.
Yes.
Answers. Life advice.
And
anecdotes.
And speaking of, please let us know how this show's going. Send us a comment. Send us some of your toxicity stories. Things for us to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah. We want more things to talk shit about. And if you want us to talk shit about some of your toxic talk shit, send it to us in the comments below.
That would be great. I can't wait to start reading comments on the show.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait. I know we're only 4 in, and I'm positive that we have comments.
I'm positive someone somewhere.
Yeah, but we haven't.
Listens.
We just haven't checked it yet. So
it's a lot of work.
It's coming.
It's really a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know.
It is. Yeah.
Work is hard.
Oh, work.
All we do is work on this little podcast. We're just drinking nectar of the gods. I love it. Ooh, I like this side of you, Geo. Fun fact, listeners, audiences, Geo is a closet vapor, i.e. he smokes vape in the closet and also in public. And it's so funny because I've hung out with you so many times and you're always so private about it. You always like to hide it, like going off to the side, just like, so no one can see. And it always makes me feel weird because I'm like, it's like a secret. I feel like you're secret vaping. And I'm like, why? Why are you keeping it a secret? And this is the first time that you've ever openly vaped.
It's because that I'm very comfortable on this podcast. But one thing I love about these vapies, though, is I hung out with my nephew not too long ago.
Yeah.
And lately, every time he's been asking, he's like, what's this USB that you're carrying around?
What?
And I'm like, oh, it's not a USB, but I know it looks like one, right? And he's like, yeah. And so I gave this to him once. Yeah, he's 10 years old. Like, he's super.
He's old.
Yeah,
he's old enough.
He's old enough, but curious enough. And, and he took it, and he liked it. A lot.
What flavor?
Yeah. Oh, this is just standard tobacco. It's kind of boring, honestly. It's not mint. It's not strawberry or whatever.
Razzmatazz.
Yeah. But he started smoking the cherry one. Actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, taking it to school and everything, showing it to his friends.
You have just helped this kid become the most popular kid in school.
Yeah,
you have affected and changed his life for the rest of his life.
Absolutely. And it balanced everything out. His studying is better. Like he got 100 in the history test. It was great. I'm so happy that I can contribute to America's children.
You are you're like a god.
Yeah, thank you.
You are almost as good as a teacher.
I am the teacher.
You are a life teacher.
I am. Thank you.
Geo, the life guru.
Oh my gosh, that's the name of my book.
Geo the life guru. There's gotta be. I don't know.
Geo the life guru. Yeah, it has a nice little ring to it.
I like alliterations. I like a good,
that should be
double letter.
A children's book.
Coming soon.
Yeah, coming in the next couple of months, hopefully.
Coming in the next year and a half.
Any publishers, let us know, because we have no contacts of any kind to anything.
Geo the life guru, giving life lessons. Start vaping at 10.
Start vaping at 10. That's exactly,
I mean, if you think about it, doctors put kids on
Lights
fucking
up.
ADHD medication, which is pretty much speed at age 8. So why not vape?
Yeah, and ADHD, all that is that you can do mathematics in high definition, like add HDHD.
So you're Asian.
Right. So
making white kids Asian. That's what it is. Yeah, that should be the slogan.
These play. Yeah. Oh my God. These play on words that the English language hands us. Like there's always some kind of underlying message to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously. Even in music. Do you like that? Yeah, like the Weeknd song.
Which one?
I really, really want the Starboy song. I'm a motherfucking Starboy. If you really, really listen close to it, it says, I really, really want Starbucks. Oh. So every time I listen to that song, it makes me want Starbucks. I am 100% positive.
Caramel latte, little extra whip. Little caramel sauce, little drizz on there.
Yeah, a little drizz. Gotta have the jizz in there.
Gotta have the drizz. The jizz.
The jizz. That's something that Starbucks should come out with. The jizz drizz. Oh my God, we're so on it today! What did we do?
We're on it!
Yeah, see what happens whenever we haven't seen each other for a week and we do this. We just come up with this shit. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh my God. God. Whenever fall comes around, the jizz drizz on the pumpkin spices. Oh my God. To pumpkin spice the jizz drizz.
Yes.
Pumpkin spice jizz drizz.
Oh my God. Yes, because they started doing the cold foam on top, and then they did all these weird extra foams. But the jizz drizz. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yo. I would love that all up in my mouth.
Oh, up in my face, dripping out of my mouth. Oh,
yeah. If you make that Starbucks, we will drink that on the show.
We will drink
that.
And
that will just be a free plug.
We will drink that for all of the months of fall.
I will fall in love with it.
I will literally go to town on that jizz drizzle.
Oh yeah, I bet you would. You'll go downtown. Oh, this is great.
Oh, that's brilliant marketing. Yeah. We should have gone into advertising.
I know. I mean, there's still time to make an advertising company.
True. Mm-hmm. I guess people like myself get scared about learning new things as we get older, because we think it's when we were younger, that's when you learn things, and once you hit a certain age, it's if you're not successful at the thing you chose, that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
You chose poorly, and you should have been smarter in your 20s and gone into a different field. But now,
we definitely
tough shit. You're out of luck.
Yeah, we definitely grew up in a time where, if you're not, if you're not doing this by age 25, if you're not married, if you're not,
you're done. Your life's over.
Yeah, your life's over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like my life is continuing, and I just become more and more of who I am I do. Yeah.
I feel like my life is slowly going downhill. I'm probably gonna die at 50. I have a feeling that I'm just going to be one of those people that dies at 50.
That's a good age to die at.
Yeah. So
you're halfway to 100. Yeah,
because what's the end? After 50, it's things start sagging. You get everything hurts. Yeah. Everything's aching. You know, you're still working. Like, it's just, what's the point?
White hair has come in.
Oh,
like
white
that
hair's
you don't want
already
it to be.
come in.
I'm 39, so it's, my sack is starting to like
sag.
Little
The droopies.
Yeah, the droopy a little bit. But hey, my girlfriend still likes it and wants to do something. I don't know, something about the saggy ball. I don't know.
Probably reminds her of her dad.
Ooh, maybe.
Oh, does she have a little daddy fetish?
Maybe she saw his ball sack whenever they took a shower together or something. You know how like parents do that? Like, oh, I'm going to take a shower with my small child.
Yeah, you get imprinted upon as a kid, and then
crazy.
that's a thing that like hides in the back of your brain, and you're like, why do I hate lima beans? I never thought I'd ever think about lima beans, but it's like, oh, as a baby you had some and you threw up, and like now it's just like a repressed memory in the back of your brain.
Yeah.
What if it's like that, but instead of like it's negative, she's like, oh God, I saw my dad's balls as a kid and I laughed and it was so nice, and now I don't know why I love like saggy hairy balls.
Yeah, I don't like lima beans because I went to Lima, Peru once.
Oh.
And I didn't like it very much. I was told it was supposed to be this really, really awesome, like magical, spiritual place or whatever. But I was like, you know what? Where's my Pizza Hut? Okay, I need a Pizza Hut in my life, and I just wasn't feeling it. So I've never eaten lima beans because of that experience.
There's a handful of foods that you just don't ever need to eat. Like, I don't know why people are so like trying to get me to eat fennel and like rutabaga and like beets. Isn't
fennel just crushed beans?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not.
They look like a half a bean.
No, you've never seen fennel before.
No, I've not.
You've never seen fennel before.
No, I've seen a funnel, like a funnel cake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those are good. Those are good.
Those are really good. And they
good
come in
foods
different flavors.
They come in different flavors, and the powdered sugar. Then when you eat it, and the powdered sugar gets like all over your face, and then you're just like, oh, everything's on my face.
Yeah,
that's it.
Those are delicious.
Worth it. But fennel, leeks, rutabaga, orca.
Winnebago?
Yeah. See?
Whoa. Winnebago. That's wild.
Yeah.
Inside of an RV.
Right?
That's crazy.
What's that weird like southern food that starts with like okra?
Okra.
I was thinking orca.
Orca, like an orca whale. Yeah.
Have you noticed that all this gross food all sounds like other things?
Mm-hmm,
so maybe this gross food isn't even real.
Yeah, even like sushi. Like sushi.
Hey.
Like sushi.
Hey.
What?
I fucking love sushi.
I hate sushi.
Oh, we're
I hate
fighting.
Sushi. Ooh,
we're fighting.
Like who wants something raw in their mouth that comes from the sea? You know? Do you know where that came from? That came from a shark's butthole.
I'll eat some butthole.
You know?
I'll eat some shark butt.
Oh man, like every
so
one of those little things looks like a butthole.
No, I'm all about real food.
You like buttholes in your mouth, don't you?
I like real food. I like real food that I see. That's why it's like I eat meat. Anyone who's like,
I love meat.
Give me a good fucking piece of steak.
That's what cows are for. They're meant to die.
If someone gave me a horse, I'd try horse. I've tried alligator, frog legs. I'd eat rabbit if someone could. Skunk, not the butt, but like other parts. I would eat anything.
What about an armadillo?
If you can fry that up and make it taste good, I would try it.
I would positive that can be done.
Yes.
It can be done.
Sushi? Yeah, sushi's just like fish. Who doesn't like fish?
I don't like fish.
Yeah, you crazy, Geo.
No.
You're one of those weirdos in the world.
More fish for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're
welcome. But if I go to a sushi place, I'm just going to have some chicken teriyaki.
You're one of those guys.
That's fine.
It's okay.
I love the experience, where you got the Asian guy going wah, 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 with all the swords and everything.
The
rotating thing. Like, it's awesome.
I love the conveyor belt sushi.
Yeah, but I'm not going to take any of it. I'm just going to be like, where's my chicken teriyaki? Like, I'm not your waiter. Like, okay, fine. And then the waiter comes and gets like, great, give me my rice.
The robot comes, delivers your food.
Right.
They always have a robot at those places that's delivering drinks and food and stuff like that. Where I'm like, good, put them to work. These are the good kind of robots. These aren't the Terminator robots. I believe everyone should have self-defense on them. I'm a big self-defense proponent. Even robots. Yeah. Women, men, animals, anything in the world just needs to know how to defend itself.
Everyone should have a gun.
Right? And it's like, you know what? I understand that people feel like Native Americans, we should give them reparations because we stole their land. And it's like, you know what? You should have defended it better.
Yeah.
If you didn't want people to come and steal your shit, you should have defended it better. Get better arrows. Mm-hmm. Fight harder. Yeah. If people step foot in your land, don't try to be nice to them. Don't be like, maybe we could learn something from each other. No. They should have killed the motherfucker Europeans that came and tried to snatch up all their business.
I agree.
And then there wouldn't be all this reparations needed to be paid.
Yeah.
But no one ever thinks like that. Everyone's like, no. You're white, so you did something bad. And it's like, I didn't do shit. My relatives weren't even here at that time.
I wasn't around in, 1492 or whenever that happened.
Yeah,
my last name isn't Columbus. You know?
I ain't no Columbus.
Yeah. Crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
I hate when people do that.
Once the Native Americans saw that there was some ship coming from that's whenever you get all your family, that's when you get all your friends, and you line up along the beach.
Fire them up.
Yeah, fire them up.
Just
and
bomb
then
them
just
in the
let
harbor.
them go and just bam, 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 like Hawkeye,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because back then, unlimited arrows was a thing. Now, if you do archery from time to time, you run out of arrows. Why do you run out of arrows?
Because you shoot them all.
Right. So what happens if you run out of it?
You got to go run after them and pull them out where you didn't.
All the
get
Europeans
the thing.
should have died. We should not be here. We should be
here.
We should be in the United Kingdom, where life is just a whole lot better. I would have a British accent.
Oh my God.
I would be sexier.
I would kill for a British accent.
Do your best British accent?
But you're really putting me on the spot now, aren't you, Geo?
Oh, thank you, mate. I appreciate it.
I feel like both of our accents suck balls.
We got some work to do on it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll practice this a little more.
Yeah, we'll
practice a little harder. Maybe next episode we'll do the whole thing in British accent.
In some sort like that.
Some sort like that. We'll just, you just let our jokes just go, blah, blah, Geo, what are you sniffing over there? Blah. Yeah, that's sexy as fuck.
That's how you like to talk during sex, don't you?
Oh my God, I like to do an Ian McKellen accent. If I could do a sexy Ian McKellen accent.
You shall not pass!
Just old British man. Give it to me harder.
Okay, Charles, you're not going to pass. We were friends, but we'll never be friends
The muffin shop is closed.
I lived in New Zealand, and now I live in California. And I drink wine all day long.
That was your best accent yet.
Yeah, so
wow.
far. Love you, Ian McKellen. I hope you watch the show. We would love to have you on the show sometime.
Alive. He's still alive.
He is still alive. That man will never die.
I hope so. There's been
too
many
few people.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, one of the few people that I don't ever want to die is Ian McKellen.
You know what sucks about starting to get older is like all these people that we've like watched multiple movies of theirs, enjoyed them as humans, they're all now starting to die. And it sucks when it's like, oh wait, we have to now keep track of the dead ones. Where I feel like 10, 20 years ago, I didn't have to keep track of shit. Now it's like, oh, Maggie Smith, she dead. Oh,
she died a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all these people, I'm like, wait, is he dead? Is she dead?
Well, the reason Maggie Smith died is because she was a dame, and dame rhymes with lame. So she became lamer as she got older.
I disagree.
Because once you become a dame, and that's when you start becoming more and more lame, and you just kind of rot away.
No, Maggie Smith. So Maggie is close to Magnus,
right?
And anyone whose name sounds like mine is a fucking awesomeness.
Yeah,
2.0.
Sure.
So like, she's not cool as me, but like. Mm-hmm. I give Maggie's their props.
Yeah,
I give Maggie's their props.
When it comes to Maggie Smith, I mean, she was in those Harry Potter movies.
Oh yeah.
So why can't she just magically just come back from the dead? Like why? Why have you not come back yet?
Well, because those movies are not real.
Those movies are not real.
No.
Fuck.
Magic does not exist.
I hate this world. I hate this planet.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I love dragons. I love dragons. I love dragon lore. I love this whole idea of like, I don't know if you know this, but...
You love dragons.
Fuck you. I love dragons. So every like continent and like all these different cultures that are like separated by water all have dragon lore and dragon stories. Like the Mayans had dragons, like
that's cool.
King Arthur had dragons, the Asians have dragons, all of these dragons, and yet there are no dragon bones or fossils.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where are these
Chinese
dragons?
New Year? Look, all the Chinese years, year of,
Oh yeah,
year of
they
the
have
rat,
the little dragon.
year
They're
of
doing
the
this
rat,
thing with
year
it.
of the pig, year of the horse, year of the dog, year of the dragon. So why is it that you have all of these real animals and then one mythical, fictional, fantasy animal? No. That's not real. Dragons are real. Okay, so all of this.
Why get rid of the dragons? What's wrong with the dragons?
I don't know. Okay, so listen to this.
Only do fire. Like, fuck yeah.
I watched this documentary a few years ago.
Yeah.
On the YouTube, and it was this whole documentary about these people who had found dragon bones, like up in like Iceland or like somewhere cold, and they were like, oh, it was in the snow for so long, and we thawed it and unburied it, and now we get to study these dragon bones, and we get to learn like, oh, how it was able to fly, how it was able to breathe fire. It was like this long 2-hour documentary. I was so fascinated. I loved it until the very end of the documentary where they told me it wasn't real.
Oh, man. Why did they do that?
I was devastated. I was like, wait. This isn't, you didn't actually find dragon bones? Wait, this is all like fake documentary conjecture?
Filmmakers are horrible. They ought to be hanged.
Oh, it crushed my soul. And now I'm like, wait. So you're telling me this isn't real? It's all fake. It's all false.
Dragons do exist. I swear to God they do.
Right?
I have never seen one.
No.
And I've seen them in movies, so
Yes.
that means that they exist. So
Obviously.
like, otherwise, how did you film that dragon? So where are you keeping the dragons,
Where are the
people?
dragons?
Where are they? I want
Where
to
are the
see them.
dragons?
Instead of airplanes, I want to see dragons.
How is it that airplanes exist and dragons do not exist?
And I know how to train a dragon because I watched all 3 of those movies. I know how to train a dragon.
Easy.
Yeah, it's really easy.
Yeah, dragons are pretty much cats.
Yeah. So they fly and they have fire coming out. Like,
Toothless
come on.
literally acts like my friend's cat.
Yeah, I want to get a...
They're both black too, and I was like, your cat literally is toothless. Like, what?
I would get a dragon, name it Falcor.
Yes!
Yes, and I would fly it all over downtown LA, and I would go to that U.S. Bank building and do the fire on it just to see what it would do, just like an Independence Day. Except it wasn't an alien ship. It was a dragon. That would be so cool.
I want to become a philanthropist. I want to be a rich fucking person with like way too much money that can have these passion projects.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to do is be like, I need to prove that dragons are real. I need to use all of my philanthropist money to go and do this passion project research where I just find whoever and pay whoever I can to dig everywhere to find fucking proof that dragons are real. And if I'm really, really rich, then I could find me some old fossilized buried dragon eggs, do some Daenerys action.
And we're going to make a documentary on this.
And I'm a documentary it all.
Yeah.
And then sell it.
Yeah.
And then say at the very beginning of the documentary, this is 100,000% real.
Yeah.
No part of this has been fabricated because I don't believe in telling lies.
Yeah. Start digging. Have you seen any dragon bones? Are
Yes.
there any dragon bones or
Yes.
bones of any kind in your backyard or front yard or park or wherever you're supposed to dig? Let us know. We want to know what's in your backyard bone-wise. And if it's dragon, we will send you $1 because that's all that we have.
$1 per
Just
bone.
$1 per bone. Oh, I'm just saying $1, but you're saying $1 per bone. I'll
send $1 per bone.
That's a great deal. Great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know how many bones are in those wings?
I need a fucking dragon in my life.
Yeah,
I need
don't we
real
all?
dragons.
We all need
this
dragons.
This is ridiculous.
Seriously, everybody ought to have a rooftop to their home.
Yeah.
Just for their dragon, or a backyard or something. You know,
Yeah.
If you have a dog at home, introduce it to the dragon.
Well, yeah, it's like, where do you think helicopters came from? Where do you think planes came from? Who came up with this idea of like, oh, this thing that flies in the air that transports stuff that's big? I mean, it literally looks exactly like a dragon.
Yeah.
Doesn't a plane look like a dragon? Doesn't it like make noise like a dragon? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And who wouldn't want to be around something like that? That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
so cool. I
It's
would
like-
have a more meaningful life if I had a dragon.
yeah. Do you
I'd have more
like? Don't
purpose.
you watch like House of the Dragon, where it's like those guys, those Valerians, they literally had dragons, and people were like, "You're the fucking bee's knees. You are the shit because you have a dragon and you can ride it."
I never watched that show, and I didn't watch Game of Thrones either. I've seen previews, I've seen little things, you know, but you know, whenever you have watching Game of Thrones, it's kind of something that you do, you know, with the lady, and the lady wants to watch Game of Thrones, but I don't have time. I go to work, I come home, I do this podcast, and then we go do the sexy stuff, and then that's kind of my day. Wow. You know?
You have a very fulfilling life, it sounds like.
I do.
Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome, good sir.
Yeah, you know.
Top my hat off to you.
I have no complaints.
Good.
None whatsoever.
Because you know what? We have become a society of fucking complainers. Mm-hmm. I know that is somewhat the premise of our Toxic Talk Shit show, but there's a difference between talking shit about shit and complaining like a little bitch.
We are not complainers.
We are not complainers.
We just spit out the things that we see, the things that we notice, and the things that we've experienced in our lives when it comes to toxicity, talking about shit. Yeah. And this is a show because we all are toxic. Brilliant. We all talk. We all shit. But not everybody has a show. But we have a show. Yeah.
Oh, good thing our show isn't just about us talking while shitting.
I have a feeling that someone is going to sponsor us that are going to send us chairs that are also going to be toilets, you know? You know how there's like so the lever and everything right here, and then there's a fridge over here so you can get a beer.
So you could just stay in one spot forever.
You could just stay in one spot forever.
You would never have to leave.
Oh my God. And there's definitely room in the chair so that you can kind of get a little fatter, you know, a bit more of a fat ass. So, yeah.
But you would hope that being on the toilet, you'd be able to shit out all the fat.
But then if the doctor were to come in to do like a liposuction, there's an easy hole for that here. I mean, there's so many awesome things that you can do with chairs.
You know, and Geo, you should just be an entrepreneur. I feel like the ideas that come out of you are just like $100 ideas.
All these compliments from you today, they're just putting a big smile on my face.
You know what? Today is a love day. You know
Today is a love day.
There's some good juju in the world.
Today's a love fest, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Love it.
I love that.
Yeah. One animal that I absolutely love are bats. I think bats are really, really cool. So a long time ago, I was like 6 years old. I developed this obsession with Batman. Like I thought I was Batman.
What?
And a little bit of a background here. I grew up in Texas, and I lived in Austin for a good while. And the cool thing about Austin is that if you go under one of the main bridges, like at certain times of year, there are bats under there. Whoa. Like it's a whole tourist thing where there's actual bats under the bridge, and they're hanging there and whatever. It's the coolest thing that anybody should do. You should go. And you can also do what I did. I went down there with some friends because, you know, what else are you going to do at 6 years old at 10 o'clock at night, you know?
Yeah.
So some friends and I, we got a cage and we captured a bat and I got to take it home. Little Rufus.
Oh, what a good name for a bat.
I was able to keep the bat. Yeah, it was so cool.
How long did you have him for?
I had him for about 2 weeks, and then he died because I don't know what to feed a bat. I started giving him like breadcrumbs, and plus I was hiding him from my parents.
Yeah.
You know, my parents kept going, like, what's this flapping around and kind of thing. I'm like, look, it's just me masturbating, okay? You know, I'm discovering what my body is about and everything, and my parents were like, okay, fine. But yeah, I woke up one day and he was just kind of flat into this. So I had a bat for 2 weeks, and so I just went ahead and just took the cage, went back to the bridge, and I just dumped him there. So at least his family knew where.
So you were a kidnapper.
Yeah.
You kidnapped the bat and then you brought him back to his family.
At least I brought him back to his family.
Yeah, because that's the hard part is when you kidnap someone, it's like, it's the not knowing.
Yeah, and then the internet came around, and then I started learning more about bats, and then I started becoming Batman myself. I just like, where was this internet thing? I would have learned so much more.
Oh my God.
Rufus would still be alive if the internet was around when I was 6 years old.
Kids have it so easy these days.
Oh my God.
Kids
have access to so much information.
Remember when we had to read books to learn things?
Yeah. I remember the encyclopedia.
Oh God.
Oh my God. These big ass books. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know how many times my parents growing up, when I would ask them a question, they would say, why don't you go look it up? And they didn't mean go look it up on the internet. They meant go down to the basement, pull out the encyclopedia.
A lot of dust.
And then open and then read things. Or go to I had to do book reports on like Abraham Lincoln or a president, and I had to go to the library and check out multiple books and read them and take notes and be like, well, Abraham Lincoln was born in this small town and his favorite apple was Macintosh.
And he grew a beard at 10.
And he's always been hairy. But his love for top hats didn't come until 25 years later when he became a top hat maker. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids have it so easy.
Yeah. The access today is crazy.
The access.
Yeah.
Wealth of information. Even porn is so fucking easy to find nowadays. It's like all they have to do is like go on TikTok and they can see boobs.
Yeah. I do kind of miss libraries just a little bit because they're quiet, and I loved going into libraries and just screaming out of nowhere and scaring the fuck out of everybody. It was so much fun. But libraries today, it's a little sad. They look like abandoned buildings.
Yeah.
And there's like those
empty parking lots.
And there's those voting like ballot boxes out there, that's the only thing that libraries are used for now is to go slip in your little vote if
or
that's
go
your
like
thing.
Sleep, next to them at night, or like go like, oh, I'm gonna go to the library to like.
This past election, I drove by a library with the ballot box, and the ballot box was on fire. But it's like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything about that. Like,
well, it's not your fire.
No, it's not. And there's a fireplace across the street from it, but they hadn't come to take it. It's like, how are these firefighters? Like, what are they doing whenever they're not getting called? Don't they look out the window from time to time just to make sure there's not a fire going on outside?
They only respond to phone calls. They don't respond to actual, like, scene fires. It's only, like, called upon fires. Because some fires are meant to be... it's like the forest rangers that go and purposely light things on fire. I think they're called like controlled fires. Yeah. Like they're meant to be because they're like, from Phoenix
fire is controlled.
Phoenix time, bitches.
You can't control any fire. Like controlled fires are so dumb.
Right?
Like there's no such thing as a controlled fire.
Yeah.
Like haven't you ever heard of the wind? It's like, oh, I'm going to do a controlled fire on the windiest day.
Right.
They're called the Santa Ana winds.
Haven't you seen enough TikToks where people are doing reveal parties and then like, an hour later we have like the worst fire in California history?
Yeah, and those winds are actually coming from Santa Ana, who died many, many, many centuries ago.
Very angry man.
Yeah, very angry man. Goes around to California, and they're powerful winds. Yeah. So if you're going to do a controlled... Doesn't exist.
Go to the library, research Santa Ana, and see why he's tormenting California with his fucking winds.
Do it, and let us know what you find in the comments.
Let us know what you find and which library book you read to find that. No cheating with the internet. No, the
internet knows whenever you're lying.
Yeah. The internet will find you.
Yeah.
And it will hunt you down and send packages to your house.
Yeah. But whenever I would go to the library way back in the day, I would love to check out those books of like how to draw like Looney Tune characters, or DC whatever.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I was never the best drawer, but even though I love those books.
Yeah.
I'm not a good drawer at all. And whenever I was done,
at drawing.
And whenever I was done, I was like, this is a pretty shitty drawing. This book may not teach me how to draw, but by the time I was done reading the book, it's like, oh, it should look like this. Like, okay, well, I tried to draw a parrot, and it's actually a bear. But, I did what I...
But you drew a bear.
I did what I could.
That's impressive.
I did what I could. I showed the bear to my dad.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, son, there's some really, really great depth into this
bear.
So it's like,
kind of your dad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was nice to me sometimes.
I have zero artistic talent.
Yeah, whenever he was drinking, he was nice.
Well, people have their moments.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard part is I have a few sisters and like a mom, and like they've always want to do all these like girly activities like stamping, scrapbooking, folding paper, art, make boxes,
playing with Barbies.
Playing with Barbies. Oh my God. Like I hate all that shit. And I'm awful at all that shit. And it took me like years to finally tell my mom, I don't want to stamp with you. I hate this. And I would rather scratch and gouge my eyes out than stamp with you.
Is it because you're a dude?
Fun fact.
Or a tomboy?
This is well, I've always been a tomboy. I played sports growing up. I still love playing sports.
Okay. I was going to say, you don't look anything like Chris Farley. So it's like tomboy? Okay.
Tomboy. Not tomboy. Tomboy.
Oh, there's a difference. Okay.
Difference. You'll like this, Geo. You'll love this. I was talking to one of my coworkers the other night, and we were just chit-chatting about how at work I'm a little bit more private. You know, like, I don't feel the need to share every ounce of my personal life with my coworkers that I don't really give a fuck about.
Too many questions.
Too many stupid questions.
Yeah.
And I found out one of my coworkers, honest to God, he's like, I thought you were a lesbian for like a year and a half before you mentioned having a boyfriend. And I was like, haha, is that a joke? Oh, wait, you're serious? You're into guys? Oh.
And this was a guy telling you this?
Yeah. This was this was one of my younger coworkers who's in his 20s, where it's like he's probably already gender fluid, so he doesn't know what's anything.
So did he ask you out at least? Because maybe he thought you were hot.
No, he's too tall for me.
Well, no, but did he ask you out?
No.
You incompetent. No confidence, man. Confidence.
But he also, I think, even by telling me he thought I was a lesbian, he thinks I'm hot, but he also thinks I'm intimidating. Because lesbians are intimidating.
There's nothing wrong with an intimidating woman.
Yeah, but pansies, little pansy-ass guys, young little 20-year-old pansy-ass guys can't handle a woman.
Yeah.
That intimidates them. They're like,
true.
ooh.
I love a good woman, though. So, that's me.
Fun fact, not a lesbian, but there's still time.
But there is still time.
There's still time.
You've had thoughts, though. You've looked at that. You've looked at a lady going like, yeah, she's got a good butt.
It's called appreciation, okay? We as humans should always appreciate other humans.
Yeah.
In all of their glorious form.
Yeah, especially if she's your sister.
Nothing wrong with little incest action.
Nothing wrong with that.
Except maybe 3 generations down, and then you got some, then
you
got some dum-dums on your hands.
There are still many more things in the world that are still to be discovered and evolve from to and everything.
Hey,
so,
it's why I read somewhere years ago that, like, cannibalism is bad because... not because you're eating a human, but because species shouldn't be eating their own species. And that's where the fucked up comes from. It's not that like, oh, you're eating a human. It's like, oh, you're eating, like dogs shouldn't be eating dogs. Cats shouldn't be eating cats. Like iguanas shouldn't be eating other iguanas because then they get. Yeah,
there's cannibalism in every species.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why all the like sharks are getting dumb.
Maybe.
It's because they're all eating each other and they're like, what? Well, Trevor tasted weird today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're a hammerhead and you're going to eat a great white, I mean, at least like, it's not exactly your kind, but it's kind of the same kind. I see where you're going with this.
See where I'm going?
Yeah.
Some smart stuff. So don't eat other humans is the point.
That's a great way to end this podcast episode.
Hey, filling people with knowledge.
Yeah. Well, this has been the Toxic Talk Shit Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you learned something. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, share, and all that other stuff.
Ring bells, likes. I don't know.
Yeah, do whatever you have to. I mean, if we can wake up in the morning and we just see that there's one like, I mean, that'll just make us so incredibly happy.
That'll make our days.
That would be amazing. And that way we can keep the podcast going. Yeah. Because that's how we get motivated by you.
Validation
as well.
I'm not going to lie. We need constant validation to keep us going.
Yes, that is a very, very, very real thing. Mm-hmm. So anyway, thanks so much again for watching. This has been the Toxic Talk Shit Show. I am Geo.
I am Magnus. We will catch you for episode 5.
For show. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.